What is CPR? CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation is an emergency life-saving procedure performed when the heart stops beating. Immediate CPR can double or triple chances of survival after cardiac arrest. The American Heart Association invites you to share our vision, a world where no one dies from cardiac arrest. Every year, 475,000 people die from cardiac arrest in the United States. Big number. Bigger opportunity. With your help, we can bring that number down to zero. Why is CPR important? Keeping the blood flow active partially extends the opportunity for a successful resuscitation, once trained medical staff arrive on site. What is the chain of survival? CPR is a critical step in the American Heart Association chain of survival. The term chain of survival provides a useful metaphor for the elements of the ECC system's concept. These are the hospital chain of survival. Recognition of cardiac arrest and activation of the emergency response system or calling 911, in the U.S. Early CPR with an emphasis on chest compressions. Rapid defibrillation or the use of AED. Basic and advanced emergency medical services. Advanced life support and post-cardiac arrest care. A strong chain of survival can improve chances of survival and recovery for victims of cardiac arrest. What are AEDs? AED or automated external defibrillators can greatly increase a cardiac arrest victim's chances of survival. The American Heart Association offers a 2-page guide on how to implement an AED program at a company or organization. To minimize the time of defibrillation for cardiac arrest victims, deployment of AEDs should not be limited to only trained people, although training is still recommended. How is CPR performed? There are 2 commonly known versions of CPR. For healthcare providers and those trained, conventional CPR using chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth breathing at a ratio of 30:2 compressions to breaths. In adult victims of cardiac arrest, it is reasonable for rescuers to perform chest compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute and to a depth of at least 2 inches or 5 centimeters for an average adult, while avoiding excessive chest compression depths of greater than 2.4 inches or 6 centimeters. For the general public or bystanders who witness an adult suddenly collapse, compression-only CPR, or hands-only CPR. Hands-only CPR is CPR without mouth-to-mouth breaths. It is recommended for use by people who see a teen or adult suddenly collapse in an out-of-hospital setting such as at home, at work, or in a park. What is hands-only CPR? Hands-only CPR is for non-trained personnel, such as the general public or bystanders. It consists of 2 easy steps. First, call 911 or send someone to do that. And second, push hard and fast in the center of the chest. About high-quality CPR. High-quality CPR should be performed by anyone including bystanders. There are 5 critical components to be able to perform high-quality CPR. Minimize interruptions in chest compressions. Provide compressions of adequate rate and depth. Avoid leaning on the victim between compressions. Ensure proper hand placement. Avoid excessive ventilation. Even children can perform successful CPR. A recent study tested 6th graders and their capacity to use hands-only CPR to save lives. The study found that the majority of children could perform CPR in the correct location and at the appropriate compression rate, making this a viable group to train to help save lives. In fact, the American Heart Association is dedicated to training the next generation of lifesavers through its CPR in Schools program. The gender difference between men and women. According to a study released by the Resuscitation Science Symposium, men are more likely to receive bystander CPR in public locations compared to women. Women and men receive similar CPR assistance within the home, but in public 45% of men received assistance compared to only 39% of women. Men were 1.23 times more likely to receive bystander CPR in public, and their chance of survival was 23% higher compared to women. So why the discrepancy? It could come down to anatomy, and a bystander being comfortable enough to perform CPR on a woman. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and press the tiny bell button for video updates.